Ricky Starks told Tony that they were wrong. He was not suspended for 1 month. He was suspended for 28 days. There's a big difference there, and he's going to bring chaos to the program tonight. And they did a nice little video on Starks, and he looks different, very stylish. And then he came out with Big Bill. And before we talk about Big Bill's match, the deal is Stark's got a manager's license. He's going to be at ringside. He's going to cause chaos. Did we see a Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash type of pairing with Big Bill and Starks? Is that Big Bill's spot in life?
Again, Big Bill has almost begged to be used better, at least in terms of how much he's improved.
Should he be Big Bill then or Begging Bill?
Well, I was hoping actually, because this is a new thing, they would have changed his name coming out there. This would have been the perfect time to either add Big Bill Morrissey or something different. I will say he's in the best shape I've ever seen him in. I looked at the thickness of his arms. He's in great shape right now. He ain't bad in the ring. He seems to be taking it all very seriously. He's one of these guys we said we wish he was used better. Perhaps this is it. What do you think of Starks as the manager in that role?
Well, see, that's the thing. Usually when it's something like this, they'll just have the guy be a manager of this guy this week and that guy the next week and that guy the next week. But again, with Big Bill, besides the rotten name, they've just been using him with job guys against job guys, or with Cage. Remember that match with Cage against FTR where
he was in the Firm?
Yeah, and in that horrible group, they need to put attention on Big Bill, but he can't be the star of the movie. He can be the supporting player. With Starks in the Shawn Michaels-like role, he's a little prick. He's mouthy. He's talented in the ring. But he's got the big fucking asshole that doesn't do much but beat people up behind him, Kevin Nash. Well, this could be Big Bill. I would explore this further if they're not going to already. Maybe they are. We don't know. But I like the pairing because it makes Big Bill look more legitimate to be with somebody legitimate, and it gives Starks some backup because he's still not the biggest dog in the yard. Speaking of big dogs, though, the opponent was Derek Neal. And I'm in favor of squash matches. I'm in favor of especially heels being able to go out and beat people up quickly and succinctly and get them over. But why can't they find some good-looking, halfway experienced athletes to do these jobs? That's what I was doing in Ring of Honor. That's what I did whenever I had the budget and or the contacts, was find the guys that look good, have gear, are serious. You know, instead of just whoever these fucking outlaw guys are that they're finding that look like shit.
I like shitty looking jobbers, but I'm from the Northeast.
Well, and
we had a lot of that.
They back in the day there was a bunch of them, and boy, on Atlanta TV too, and we could go on and on. But that's always been a picadillo of mine, and I've tried to avoid it when possible. And I would, when you can use a guy like previous generation, but a guy like Sean Casey in Cincinnati always had a good-looking gear, boots, clean, always had a tan, always worked out, could work. If you went to Cincinnati, you called him. If you went someplace else, you called this other guy. Adam Pearce, he and Chris Daniels, and those guys in Chicago, in that area 25 years ago. I'm not saying Adam was any better-looking man, but he looked like an athlete back then. Anyway. So they go to the Nick Wayne and Darby video, and at least on the Saturday. Oh, and by the way, I'm sorry, Starks. First of all, Starks, after Big Bill won, Starks whipped the guy with Steamboat's belt. So they're carrying that on. He's still got the belt. He's whipping people with it. They don't forget about things on Saturday night. They carry them over. They follow up on them, for good or bad.
Do you think that means Steamboat has to make a return? Not in a match necessarily, but just on the show?
Well, that's not necessarily what I'm talking about by following up. The thing is that he stole that belt from Steamboat, and he's starting to whip other people. Now he's going to whip job guys, but then sooner or later, if they keep it up, then he'll whip a top guy. And then that top guy's going to take that belt away from him and try to whip him with it. You've got an issue. But it's not being forgotten about. He stole Steamboat's belt, whipped Steamboat like a dog. never whips anybody else, never touches another belt, that's forgetting something.